Hey guys, welcome back to Holistic Homesteading with the Hursts. I'm Megan, and today I'm going to be telling you what we are doing for the 2023 to 2024 homeschool year on our homestead. So I decided to homeschool our kids. That was never on my radar growing up or thinking when we were having kids that that's what we would do. We always thought we would send our kids to private school, but here we are 2 years into homeschooling and I absolutely love it. But let me tell you, it is not always easy coming up with a plan for homeschool. So the curriculum that I have chosen for this year has made it so much easier. We used them last year and it's the good and the beautiful. It is a Christian-based curriculum, although it doesn't really dive deep into scripture or anything like that. It just recognizes God as the creator and trying to see the good and the beautiful in life. So this is a lot of the curriculum that I'm using. I have a daughter who is going into first grade and I have a son who is starting pre-K. Now, we did kindergarten last year. We didn't completely finish the curriculum for last year, so some of that will just be until we finish that curriculum. Then we'll move on to the next tier, the next level with that and finish it out. But kindergarten is just not super structured. So this will be my first real year of making sure that we have a set plan, a set schedule, and certain things that I want them to learn for this year. So we are only going to homeschool Monday through Thursday, do all of our subjects Monday through Thursday, and on Fridays we will take off and do field trips. Maybe we'll go on a hike or just outside doing nature studies or spending time with friends that are homeschoolers as well, so that they can have some interaction with other kids as well as just kind of get out of the house and not be so cooped up. Now I am expecting our fourth baby, so this may change just a little bit in October when we have him, but having a schedule I think will be easier for us to get back on track once my postpartum recovery period is over. So let's go ahead and get into the curriculum. I guess first, just let me read to you what I have planned for each of my children. So my first grader is going to be learning to read. Now she's already putting together 2 and 3 letter words, which I think is great, but I have a goal for her to be able to read small books on her own by the end of the year. Her goal is to read 10 books by herself by the end of the year. She's going to learn 5 scripture passages, which I already have picked out. As a Christian mom, I think it's very important for our kids to learn the scripture, and it says to hide it in your heart, and so that they can recall that in future instances when they may need that. So that is something that is not necessarily a curriculum. I've just chosen 5 passages that I think would be very helpful for them no matter what situation they're in, so that they can remember that and have that in the future for when they need it. We are also doing a Spanish curriculum with her. She will be taking violin lessons. She's doing science. She's doing math. She's learning and going to repeat the Pledge of Allegiance. She's doing language arts. She's doing 5 nature studies. Now this is over the course of a year. And as far as hand skills, she wants to learn how to make bags with the sewing machine. So we have started that already, but she wants to be able to do it from start to finish on her own. So that is her goal for this whole year. And then she's also going to be working on her handwriting. Now for my pre-K son, he is 4 years old, so he will be doing a pre-K curriculum geared towards just learning the alphabet, recognizing letters and sounds, numbers, shapes, things like that. My daughter did that and she absolutely loved it, so we have just ordered the same curriculum again for him. He will be taking part in science along with my first grader. They both love things about weather, and even though this is a grade 1 science curriculum, I think that he will be able to follow along just fine. He absolutely loves science books and weather books, so I think he'll be just fine with that. He is also going to be learning 5 scripture passages. I think that this age is a really great age to introduce them to memory work, because once they learn it, they don't forget it. He will also be learning the Pledge of Allegiance. I have him on track to read or listen to 1,000 books before kindergarten, and this is through a program with our library. He is also learning Spanish. He is doing 3 nature studies for the entire year. He is learning violin along with his sister, and then he will be working on doodles and handwriting as well. So after I came up with what I wanted each child to learn for the fiscal school year, I decided to start buying curriculum that I needed for them. For my pre-K son, he is not going to need a whole lot of curriculum because he's in pre-K. So it doesn't involve a whole lot. And I like that The Good and the Beautiful has just a pre-K curriculum. So this is their preschool course book, and we just go through, and we've already started on it just a little bit, but we officially start next week, which is the first week of September. So I just love how simple The Good and the Beautiful does. It has exactly what the parent reads, so that you're not feeling like you're kind of lost sometimes or not really sure what to say. And then it asks all the questions that you need to ask your child, and it has the lessons numbered, so you know where you stopped and where you need to start back again. So it came with the where did it go? It came with the preschool practice sheets. Now this was new to us, so we didn't have that with my daughter. So each lesson will tell you which practice sheet it goes with. The first one was just coloring the letter A. So the next one is coloring the letter B. And then back through here, there's some numbers and games and talking about different letters, circling different letters. So it's kind of like an activity book that goes along with the lessons. And then it also comes with these games, and this was something that my daughter absolutely loved. When it came time to the games, she would want to play them over and over and over again. So my son loves games as well, so this will be fun for him to be able to learn while he's playing games and having fun. The science that I told you guys that they would be sharing is called Wind and Waves. This is the parent guide, and like I said, it makes it so easy for you to teach your child because it gives you all of the words, but it also tells you the supplies that are needed for each lesson. There's 30 lessons in this, so we'll just be doing 1 science lesson a week. And this one is the big book of science stories, and it goes along with the lessons. So my kids love to listen to stories, especially about weather. They're so fascinated with storms and tornadoes and tsunamis and earthquakes and things like that. So I think they will really enjoy this. And again, this is something that they are able to share, so I like having stuff for them to do together. They're really super close in age, but I still have to recognize that a pre-K and a first grader, still have some differences in learning abilities. So this course, I think, will be a really good one for them to do together, and it'll be perfectly fine for both of their age levels. Now my daughter is finishing up her kindergarten math book before we order the math grade 1. So she only has like 15 lessons left, so we'll finish this up pretty quickly. I just didn't want to order the math until we were like just a couple of lessons from getting finished. So we're just going to finish that up for the first of the year, and then I'll go ahead and order the math grade 1 for her. If you're interested in what the math looks like, it's showing them how to count, how to write their numbers. She's towards the end. She really loves math, so this one wasn't a chore to get her to do, but it has like mazes where they follow the numbers in order. They have shapes and things like that, and she's also able to tell time now, so I think it covers all of the basics, and she probably is ready for grade 1. I just want her to finish this one first. She will also be doing the handwriting practice. So this lets them trace numbers, letters, as well as different doodles. And there's lots of practice in there. So this is something that she will be able to just sit down and do on her own pretty much. And this one looks like it even has scripture at the bottom of it, so I think that's pretty cool. We can just incorporate that into her school as well. I'm just realizing I have 2 of these. Oh, one is the 2nd edition. They're both the 2nd edition. I think I accidentally ordered 2 of these. One of them should have been doodles for my pre-K, but he can learn. We can just go ahead and let him use the 2nd one and just learn how to trace. And then last but not least, I did order the Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons, and this is just going to be teaching my child to read. So this can be used again, and I won't have to rebuy this, so that's nice. I've heard really good things about this book, and that moms have had really good success with teaching their children to read by using these practices. There's only 100 lessons, and so by the end of this, they're supposed to be able to read. So we'll see how this goes. I also didn't put this on the list, but they will be doing art lessons. And most of this will probably be from YouTube videos. I have several YouTube channels that I have discovered through Pinterest and just YouTube searches on how to draw. Both of my kids are really interested in art, and so I don't want to like get rid of that just because it's not a required subject. So we will be doing that. We have a friend who knows how to do pottery and has offered to teach them how to mold and shape pottery, so I think that is really cool. So we may end up doing that, and just trying to find different artistic outlets for them, whether it's learning how to weave baskets or sew or things like that. So art is on the list as well. Alright, so I have come up with our homeschool schedule. Like I said, we are just doing Monday through Thursday. They will be doing reading, language arts, art, and read aloud. Learning their pledge and scripture on Monday as well as Wednesday. So we're not going to do every single subject every single day. We're going to split it up into groups. And then on Tuesdays, they will do math, science, music, and Spanish. Again, the pledge and the scriptures will be daily. And then Thursdays, they'll do math, Spanish, their nature study, as well as working on their doodles and handwriting, and their pledge and their scripture. So I'm sure, don't touch that please. I'm sure they're really excited to go ahead and get started on this stuff. I tried to squeeze as much out of the summer as I possibly can, trying to get projects completed before we actually started a good routine with the kids, and yeah, just making sure that we have all of our ducks in a row. I've ordered a teacher's planner, and so I will be able to actually write down what lessons we will be in daily instead of just what we're doing on like throughout the week. So I'll be able to get a little bit more detailed and also write out things that maybe I need to get supplies for like a week in advance. I have ordered them some glue. I've ordered a homeschool cart. What else did I order? Something easy. Hey buddy, can you turn that off please? So I think that I have completely planned out this year. So we are really excited to get started and to, I don't know, it's just like going back to school. Whenever I was in school, you get really excited about the first of the year, getting all new supplies and things like that. So I think we will probably have to go to the store and get a few more supply things like scissors and maybe some art supplies and things like that. So if you guys would like to see what we get in the future or how the homeschool cart looks, you can let me know in the comment section below, or let me know that you enjoyed this by giving this video a thumbs up. If you like videos on homesteading, homemaking, and a holistic lifestyle, that's the type of videos that I make on this channel, and I upload every single week. So be sure to hit subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of those. And I thank you so much for watching this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Okay.